Hello everybody, and today I'm giving away 500 XRP if we can get 1,000 likes within 24 hours. Now there's only 3 steps to enter into this giveaway. First of all, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you just quickly go down there, press the subscribe button, and make sure you have the notification bell on. Step 2 is make sure you press the like button because we're going to be needing 1,000. And third of all, put something in the comment section down below, as that comment is going to act as your entry ticket. If you don't have any inspiration, just put down there your favorite crypto and you're automatically entered into the giveaway. Now, the first article of today is something that I really wanted to discuss with you guys for a little while longer, because I think it's a question that pops up to many people's minds whenever they think about stablecoins or think about Ripple. Could stablecoins kill off Ripple? And reading through the article, they're talking about a lot of different things, mostly about stablecoin adoption though, and what type of role stablecoins could play in our newer world. And honestly speaking, guys, yeah, there are some good applications for stablecoins. All right, we got to be honest, there are a couple of good ones. For example, in a blog post, Circle CEO Jeremy Allaire wrote, "A core mission for Circle and what we are doing with USDC is to create a new protocol and a new format for digital money that works on the internet to enable people to make value transfers as effortlessly as possible." And moving forward there again, all you can see here is just applications for stablecoins and also, of course, applications for Ripple. Now, basically, one of the things I noticed when reading into this and thinking about it is there's a couple of ways to see the competition and a couple of ways to see the complementation or complementing, whatever. Now, one way you could see competition is that they're both kind of being used by a system between two other currencies, or between currencies or between payments. They're both used as a currency for payments, basically. The complementary is, well, they're both used for different parts, sort of. Well, let me explain that a little bit further. Let me elaborate. What I think and what I've seen up to now is that stablecoins really work for their purpose, which is to just resemble a, for example, dollar online, right? It's pegged to the dollar. So basically, a Tether USD is basically just Tether, is just dollar, but then fully online, right? That's the way I'm seeing it, at least, fully based upon blockchain. Now, you can have the same thing with euro. You can have the same thing with dirhams. You can have it with any different currency that you would like. However, there's still a problem if a couple of things occur. Now, one of those is if we were to go for a completely stablecoin standard, where all these countries and currencies were to go to their stablecoin variant, right? No more US dollar, only Tether US dollar and all of that. Because what you're going to get is every single pair would still need to get connections to every single other pair, right? Which is, again, you need a lot of connections to get this done. What I'm trying to say with that is, for example, let's say you have a US dollar and you have a euro and you also have a dirham. What you're going to need is the US dollar needs to be connected to the euro, and the US dollar needs to be connected to the dirham, but the euro also needs to be connected to the dirham, because otherwise you can't exchange them properly. So if we're talking about cross-border remittances, and we're not talking here about a kind of a system or a company that's providing anything for them, we're just talking about just standalone, you're still going to need connections all the way through. And if there's multiple currencies added to this list, it's going to get very freaking long with all the connections that you need to make. And again, they all have to be connected then. What happens though if you have XRP? These pairs all just need one connection, and that is with XRP. So instead of having this whole freaking spider web of connections that need to be made, because again, every single currency needs to be connected to all the other ones, and you can see that's a lot of connections then. With XRP, there's just a two thing going on for each pair. Each pair needs to be connected to XRP and can just interchangeably switch between all of them. Which is why I think a standard of stablecoins could never really work properly. You would always need a thing like XRP. And also why XRP can always be useful in whatever scenario you could think about. Even if we're talking about payments through a system or something like that, it just depends on what system you want to use, right? Theoretically speaking, XRP is as good as any stablecoin, if not better, because a stablecoin is still pegged to the dollar, for example, and XRP is not pegged to anything in that regard. And so, well, if you're using a stablecoin variant, you always still have to trust in a certain government or so to be able to use it. With XRP, you're trusting in, I guess, crypto. You're trusting in the system, which again, in my opinion, is a little bit better. But again, that's just why I'm thinking, they're not really competitors. I think XRP really works better in most scenarios, and they're definitely not hurting Ripple whatsoever. If you think I'm missing something, if you think I'm saying something wrong, comment it down below. That's just my vision. Again, but maybe you have a completely different one. You should put it down below then. Central bank digital currencies and their role in the financial system. What are CBDCs and the risks they possess, and how might they reshape our economies? Well, guys, this is not something for this video here. I don't want to go over what CBDCs are in great detail. I just want to leave you guys with the article here to read through for yourself. It's a 7-minute read, but you get such a huge idea of what's moving in this world right now. And basically, at this point, they're trying to look for a new way to I guess, move money around, and to handle money. They're basically looking for some alternative ways to have their money online instead of relying on all this, I guess, this superficial stuff. They just want it in the back end to be good through digital currency. And here you can see the money flower, a taxonomy of money. This is basically how it could work, theoretically speaking, through these CBDCs. You could think about CBDC, CBDC. There's a lot of terminology that you should check out here. It's just really worth a read. What's the background? What are the benefits? What are the risks? Which central banks are close to issuing their own digital currencies? How the US government is applying a new view of crypto and how new bills are laying the groundwork. Yeah, just really, really recommend checking it out. It also just gives you some new insights into what the situation is right now and also what type of scenarios they're thinking about. There's a lot of different ones, and whenever I see this flower, I get reminded that we're so close to a new world, but it's just the start of everything. Green is universally accessible. Purple within this, I guess, ellipse, or is this not? This is I don't know the name in English for this. Oval, right? Oval. Central bank issued is in the orange, and in the other green is peer-to-peer. If you just understand that one, you're already good. Here's where crypto would lay. Here's where bank deposits mobile money would stay. And I guess this part is just kind of useless, right? Universally accessible is only for a couple of parts. Interesting to see. But again, guys, really, really interesting, at least in my opinion. Is the economy about to head backwards? I showed you this a little bit earlier in one of my videos. However, I didn't really elaborate fully on the whole situation. What I wanted to quickly mention once more is that right now, there are a lot of macroeconomical factors that seem to be moving kind of backwards. Now, even though this unemployment might not look like it too much, the fact that these are unemployment claims does not mean that the unemployment, theoretically speaking, has gone down. It just means that right now, even though it might be less, there is still a huge amount of people claiming unemployment at this point, which is really, really bad. Because we've been seeing about this unemployment check, and here, when will the $300 unemployment enhanced weekly unemployment benefits get issued? More people are wondering about that, more people are reading about that, because the situation is just getting more and more dire. And it's fun to contrast this with the fact that the economy, which is often measured by S&P 500 and house prices, are going up and up and up and just prospering. Apple is prospering to over $2 trillion, and a couple other companies are doing that as well, at least are on the line. Whilst people are getting poorer and poorer and poorer, at least the poor ones, right? Where the people have just lost their job. And basically the folk of the country have gotten it worse off, while the markets and the economy in like nominal terms here is looking to do better and better, which is really strange to think about, in my opinion. I'm like, how can the system be that strange? It's really weird. Then, Amir this, whatever, Central Bank of Malaysia on year 2017, they recognize Bitcoin/Ripple source from BNM website. So Bank Negara Malaysia from September 2017, and they recognize that Ripple is a certain thing, because which is kind of cool if you think about it. The only cool part about this is just the fact that they've been working on CBDCs for a very long while. It's not like it's new. It's not like it's just being thought about. It's been thought about for, let's say, I'm going to say right now, the last 7 years or so in a lot of countries. The only problem is it's really, really, really difficult to implement fully. And I think just for the shortest amount of time, they've really been seeing that it's a possibility to pull through with all of this. And especially now the last couple of months, they've been making some groundbreaking updates. Before that, though, they've been thinking about it, but the progress was just not that great. Matty Greenspan, Bitcoin, there is no alternative. Welcome Ripple bots. Funny to see, right? Because to a certain degree, I'm like, yeah, you're kind of right. If you're talking about No, just kidding, guys. There's no way he's right. You thought I was going to say something, right? No, I have nothing to say. There's no alternative? What is he talking about? The only thing I can see as a positive thing is if you want to look at the coin that has the most electricity usage, you want to make the electricity companies happy, then yes, it's really Bitcoin. There is no alternative because really it's the number one. No questions asked. If you're talking about the true decentralized currency, yeah, is it really Bitcoin? I don't really know about that. If you're talking about this true store of value, yeah, maybe, but I mean, there's also gold and things like that. So there's no alternative. I mean, there's no way to tweet something like this out, Mehdi Greenspan. I think it's a really lousy tweet. Very, very bad. It's just really stupid. I don't really see the point at all. So I really don't get why he would have done that. Maybe it's just to shill his own holdings or things like that. I really don't know. But I think this is a little bit dumb of a statement. There's no alternative. I don't know what he's trying to say with that. I don't know what he's trying to mean. Marcus Treacher, solving the challenges of cross-border liquidity is key to revolutionizing international payments. Ripple's engineering team explains why understanding liquidity dynamics in different markets is key to having the successful products or a successful product. I'm thinking about multiple because again, I'm thinking forward here with Ripple just being in the reversed vertical right now and just moving that on further as we come along. But yeah, it's an interesting statement. It's interesting to see. It's interesting to think about. Jackie down below here says, took 5 days for a recent U.S. bank to U.S. bank transfer. Within the U.S. bank, less than 100 miles apart. How about solving domestic transfer first? Is that on the agenda? And one thing that we will tackle on another day in really great depth is that there's a big change between domestic payments and cross-border payments. And that is also because there's a lot less competition for this cross-border solution that Ripple's building in terms of groundbreaking technology, right? XRP within domestic payments, at least as far as I know here, there's really not that much that XRP can change right there. There's not really much that XRP should be utilized for if you're talking about domestic, right? Because it's just about the messaging system, which Ripple changes or helps out with RippleNet. But Swift and a ton, really, I'm talking about 15, if not 20 other companies are working day to day to fix exactly that. With cross-border, I think Ripple has such an edge because they have some crazy technology and some crazy traction already with something completely new, something completely fresh and being really different from the rest. In countries though, domestically, I don't know how different they can get, and I don't know what type of technology they would use to make it better than the rest. So I don't think that would be the smartest move. Again, it's not beneficial to XRP anyway, because why would it be? I don't really get that one. So I'm not too excited about that one, but all right. Guys, that was it for today's video. Hopefully you all enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you press the like button and subscribe. And of course, guys, I'll see you again in another video later today. Take care, everybody, and have a very, very jolly, wally, gully, oot day.